think we're live. Let's see if we have any glitches. We tried this out late last night, and we did have a glitch. So, but it might have been, I did make a change after that. It might have been that YouTube was telling me I was sending out too much bandwidth. And so I pulled it back, and we'll see if that makes a difference. Yeti Matzi, Ben Coombs, Christian Hunter, Terry 3G, Electric Omega, Vinz RJ, Charles, Terry Himes, Charles, Corey, you're finally showing up here. You give me a little worry there. Am I on regular latency or am I on high latency? Does it show me my latency? Doesn't. Probably because I can't change it once the show has started. But I usually put it on normal latency and not like long. There's like long, medium, and short. I go with the medium. I mean, I have a gigabit upload. Up. I think I'm out. What's up, Vanilla Slife? Mike is himself, Frankie, Browns fan, Josh, Michael, Brandon, Frank C, Ben Neal, Robert, John Banks, Rock Nutters, Average Joe, Mr. Elgato, Domo Irrigato, Mr. Elgato. Strat CPO. What's up, missed your live stream. So far, you think it looks a little sharper with the new hardware? Yeah, it might. I've got bandwidth plenty. Well, good to see you there, Thomas. Welcome to the live show. I know, Sanded Faded Blue, so close. But I'm proud to announce the new name of my channel is Sanded Faded Blue. I should have thought of that. Someone wrote that in the comments. I was like, oh, that's smart. I should have just done that at the end. What's up, Little Rhodey? Nick Y? What's up, Chris? What's up, Sailor Mike? Landon Bailey? Hey, what's up, Strat Tom? Yeah, no, exactly. It's the same day for you, sort of. It's the next day for you, but... What's up, Fallen Dreams? YJM? JP Devlin? What's up, Guitar Man 45, Vanilla Slice? Sailor Mike says, headstock tuners look recessed, or is it me? I think, I think they're taller down here and shorter down there. I don't think they're the same height. I think these two are the same height. These two are the same height, and these two are the same height, I think. And they go down just shorter a little bit each time. A little bit shorter. You can kind of see it there. See? Yeah, staggered. G-U-B, staggered, staggered. G-U-B, staggered. What's up, Caribbean from Ohio? Yeah, Ron Padgett, Tyler, they got it right. Staggered. Mr. Elgato, I'm on my 4th new guitar already for this year, all Ibanez. It's a pretty respectable neighborhood. Yeah, there's Sharky. Where's that damn shark? Right there. Ew, Stone Shark. Hey, bro. Ew, bro. Yep, Stoner Shark. So, dude, I've never tried a roasted neck. How does it feel compared to just a standard maple neck? Softer, if there's such a thing. Right? Probably a little smoother. In a weird way, just regular satin finish feels a little rougher. It feels softer. And I can say that, and maybe it's just because they oil it. Maybe it's the oiling process instead of that, but, or I don't know, do they satin finish these? I don't really know. But I can tell you this. The other one, the other Vola, the black one, and the Harley Benton all had that same sort of silky, smooth, like soft feel to it, like satiny, you know? Like leather feels soft, but suede feels soft in a different way. Even though they're the same thing, they're treated differently, and suede just feels different, right? So that's what I would say. There's a softness to the neck. It's a little weird. And you're like, wow, that's really nice, very comfortable. You know, very nice feel to the necks. And you know, the fretwork on these is always like really good. So, and right now, the dew point in this room is probably like 7. Right, it's been brutally cold and dry here. And, you know, there's nothing sprouting or anything. That's what a roasted maple neck will give you, a little moisture stability, right? There's no moisture left in it to go out. So when they sanded it down to these dimensions, When they cut the wood and got to these dimensions, there's not a lot of play after that due to humidity and temperature change. Little Rhodey says it's like velvet. Yeah, kind of like that, I'd say suede is more right. It's a softness to it. Or like, like you felt like something microfiber. And you're like, wow, that's different, right? Different than cotton. Cotton can be very soft, but then you feel like a microfiber. You're like, wow, that's really soft, right? It's a different feel. Did Van Halen ever play a Les Paul? Not sort of like officially, but there's countless photos in the early years. Got to remember, Van Halen is a creature of the 70s. Les Paul was the guitar in the 70s. Big time. The Strat was more 50s and 60s, but by the time you got to the 70s, the Les Paul had really taken over as like the guitar to have. And then it all went back again in the 80s. In the 80s, Les Pauls were considered retro. No one wanted them. Everyone wanted not Stratocasters, but sort of a merger between the two with the Super Strat, the humbuckers and a Strat with the Floyd Rose. What pickups on that thing? That's a good question. Let me, I'll probably do it here. And just drag that over up here. And pickups are on that thing. Yeah, I want to bring this back out here. I hate it when I'm offline like that. Vola. Take a stroller over to Vola. What do we got? I think they're in-house. I don't think... so like my USA custom has, I think... is it Arcane? That's the graphics. Yeah, it's all Vola. Vola in-house. The VHC in the bridge, the VS in the middle, and the VS in the neck. VS1. VHC in the bridge. VS1 in the middle and the neck. One volume, one tone, five-way lever switch. Hold on. Here we go. Bolt-on neck, mahogany body, roasted maple one-piece. It says Vola large C shape, but these are much smaller than, not last year's model, but models prior to that. Last year they started the new model change. Two-way truss rod, biflex, Fingerboard, none, it's all one piece. Black dot inlays, 12-inch radius, 22 frets, 25.5-inch scale. Vola VHC in the bridge, VS1 in the middle, VS1 in the neck. We have one volume, one tone, and a 5-way lever switch. The hardware is nickel. You have Godo 510T FE1 bridge. And I gotta think the SD91MG-T05M are probably the tuners. The top is ash. It's 42 millimeter 3.4T bone nut. And colors are DSE, Luminous, OGD, I don't know what that is, Denim Blue Matte, Faded Blue Matte, I think that's this one, but it's really, unless they haven't updated it yet, and White Matte. think they were telling me this was sanded faded blue, SFB. And let me see, can I go here? Yeah. And if I go to the website, and I pull through, well, that's the luminous. That's the other one I have. The other one I have is a luminous. That's the DSF. Oh, right. That's a bold statement. Bodies on these are killer. Oh, right. That's what the color. I had one like that in the Blaze. That was the alternative, I think, for this year, the white. That's the blue. See? Look, Vola. I don't know if you can see it at the bottom, at the very, very bottom of the screen. Vola Oz SFB. In fact, I wonder if I can... Hey, see it right there? SFB. Right there. So, yeah. Yeah. Looks bluer in the shot here. Although that's probably kind of accurate to what it looks like in real life. Oh, it has the blues. And the sharks. How much is something like this? You know, I don't really know. And I hate guessing and then being way off. You know? Because this is a loaner. I'm sending the other one back, and I think they're going to send me... I was talking to Greg, and like a Blaze. I kind of like the Blazes. So he might have a Blaze kicking around. Or an Aries or something like that. You know, whatever he's got just kicking. Well, whatever you got, brah. The Ayatollah of Vola, for at least the show. Well, Ola to your Vola, you rock and roller. There you go. We wrote a song about it. Sadly, it infringed on an earlier work by a Mr. Raymond Davies. Don't send it back? No. You got a SIG guitar, don't know what it costs? Yeah. Yeah, so they're probably going to tell me that I don't get any money from it. You know what? It's kind of, to be honest, it's around the same, if maybe not even a tiny bit smaller. I'd have to pull it out to see. Than my rosewood neck Strat. That's probably the most modern neck profile I have. Right? That's from 20. Geez, I want to say like 2016, something like that. 2015. That might be the most modern, right? And it's called the American Standard. Yeah, it's close, except the rosewood is a lot rougher. It's not nearly as smooth as this. I could do that all day. giving you one after all the promotion you've done for. Yeah, no, they did, and they didn't give it, but I got it. They practically gave it to me. And that's the nice one with the red and the flame and the red flame and the eyeball and the, with the eyeball, the blaze. It's got like flame maple for binding and all that. It's sort of like most expensive model. So, please. They're very nice, very generous, extremely generous. And you know what? If the guitar stays here for a couple of years, what do you know? Feel good. But yeah, the red one is pretty much officially mine. And but the blue one and that other black one, those are sort of like loners, for a while, until I want something different. And they send it back and they send me whatever he's got. What do you got? Maybe we'll see. So, if you want to know about like quality versus like pricing on these, the quality on these is pretty much the same as like an Ibanez Prestige, right? These made in Japan. That's what you're looking at. If I had to compare it to anything else out there, it's Ibanez Prestige. When do the boxes of strings show up? Funny you should mention that. My main man, my huggable fluffster himself, the Fluff. That dude is so awesome. He put me in touch with a guy at Ernie Ball, and they're not free strings. There's a little cost to it, but it's a manageable discount. Again, it's a very generous discount. Kind of covers their production and their cost of like shipping them out. So, every little bit helps, and I can't wait. They're gonna send me. They're sending me like a 24 pack to get started, and I love it, and I can't thank them enough for like hooking me up. And I can get bigger things, in the accessories department for not quite as steep a discount as the strings. The strings are like a really massive discount, but it's awesome. I can't thank them enough, and I can't wait to get the strings here and start stringing some of these guitars that kind of need some restringing here. So I wound up going with just my old standbys. I mean, why mess with Success? I mean, you could make a good case for like their new string. What's their one called? Hold on, let me call it up. ErnieBall.com. Yeah, hold on. Well, back to webcam. There they are, right there. That's what I got. Yeah, I didn't go with Paradigm. That's exactly what I got. They're sending me like a 24 pack of these. And I'm stoked. Straight up 10s. Let's not overthink it. Let's not go cuckoo. And, they have so many different, a goddamn 8.5 now. It's like they really, with a 22, wound, and they really make up all kinds of amazing string packs now. The colors go on. Now, when I was a kid, that's what I used. Hold on. I was all in on Super Slinkies. I I want to say it was like probably a friend of mine, sort of influenced me on that. I used Super Slinkies, I want to say until probably age... Remember, I started playing guitar when I was 6. I probably started playing Ernie Ball Super Slinky strings when I was 14. Because that's when I was buying the strings and not my mother. Before that, because I took some years off, I was like 10. So the last time she bought me like strings would be like 10 years old. Now I'm like 14 and I go out and I buy Ernie Ball Super Slinkies. And I'm sure it's because a friend of mine, that's what he played. And I was just like totally influenced by it. And I played those until, oh my God, until I was, geez, I'd have to think about it because I switched to GHS Boomers for some reason. I never, but this is what I'm getting now, the regular Slinkies. But I went to GHS Boomers. I probably had a customer that was coming in the music store and going, and he was always like GHS Boomers. And I was like, why? He's like, oh, these are the best strings and blah, blah, blah. So I went Boomers for a while. That wore off. I tried the Dean Markley ones. Remember those that were like cryogenically frozen? Right? Remember the Dean Markley? They were cryos. Tried those for a while. That wore off. They were bright. That was a bright string. And then I was on D'Addario for a while. Again, probably influenced by a guy I worked with, like my teacher, who was all like D'Addario. But I always kind of was an Ernie Ball guy, from the start. Super Slinkies and now really regular Slinkies. Get the 3-pack for for $15. Why overthink it? Gets the job in. I have heard about, Blue Steels. That was it, the Blue Steels. Oh my God. La Tigra, Blue Steel, Ferrari, all the great strings. Yeah, GHS Boomers. I probably did that for 2 years. You go through. You got to remember, in 2022, next year, September of 2022, I will have been playing guitar for 50 years. That's a little mind-blowing. Jared, Steve Boston, my first pack of strings I bought were Mapes when I was a kid. Old try to sell me on it because that's what Elvis used, of course. Hey, kid, that's what Elvis used. You're like, what's an Elvis? He's like, ah! How about them splitter stereos? Oh, my God, that saved my ass. So in the attic, I have a Focusrite 2nd gen that I actually bought from Focusrite's refurbished program. It's shipped directly from Focusrite. Just returns. They go over it and they can't ship it as new, so they have to ship it as refurbished. But it was a lot cheaper. And I got it's just the one model below the one I have here, which is the 18i20. This was the 18i6, I want to say. And it's a great unit. And when I work on the videos, both Adobe Audition and Adobe Premiere, they're like, we really want to use that ASIO device. That's like, they strongly always want to use that device. But I have to use headphones, which is annoying, especially for long videos. So I really needed like a nice set of speakers. So I went online and I bought, let me see if I can bring them up here. Let me go to Amazon. Yeah, there they are. Yeah, There you go. Hold on. Is it here? Yeah, always on top. Right there. I got these. 99 bucks. A nice set of PreSonus. 3.5-inch speaker. The ones I have down here are 5-inch. Yeah, I'll get the 3.5. They'll be kind of, they won't be quite as big. Be fine. Oh my God, they were so light. You know how when you get something and you just pick it up and you go, this does not feel great. This feels light and cheap. That was like my immediate reaction to getting these. Really, really bummed me out. So instead, and I didn't get them here, but I'll look them up here. I got these. Yeah, right there. The Pro Media. Is that the correct one with the... Yeah, that's it. The Klipsch. Yeah, $139. I wound up getting the Klipsch Pro Media 2.1 THX certified speakers. These kick ass. When I tell you these things, first of all, the box weighs a ton. As soon as I got them, I was like, these are the speakers I got from my kids, right? And they were $139, and Costco had them on sale for $89. $89. They're $116 here. And free shipping, right? Because Costco's free shipping. So I returned the PreSonus. Costco's went on sale again. I bought the replacements, and I get them here. And unlike the PreSonus that actually has a tip ring sleeve, full on, connector, XLR, not XLR, a 1/4-inch jack connector. These had nothing like this, right? This is a consumer product, and it wants to be plugged in. It comes with a male plug, not a female. So I just had to convert, as you saw in that photo I had on Facebook. I had my 2 monos, which went into the back, and that converted it to a female stereo. And then I plugged that in, and then boom, there you go. The left goes into the left speaker, right goes into the right speaker, and I got full-on stereo. And let me tell you, man, they sound amazing. I feel like those other ones look more like it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's what they look like. Better photos. I gotta say, they sound freaking amazing. They're so heavy. And the great thing is I don't know if you can see it right there. It's got a subwoofer dial, so you can just dial the subwoofer. You got the main volume. The thing I can't stand about them, you see in between the subwoofer and the main volume, that little LED light. That thing is like a laser beam, a white laser to your eye. It is. I don't understand companies that put, brutally white lights on it. So to fix it, I put a piece of matte, like Scotch tape over it, and that diffused it a little bit. But I got to get a little piece of masking tape. I like the blue masking tape, or even better, red masking tape, right? And you put it over it, and it's bright enough it'll bust right through that masking tape for the light. But at least you're not being. It's somewhat muted. So anyway, someone was asking why I needed that stereo splitter. That's the reason. Marker it up? Yeah, I suppose I could throw a little Sharpie on, on top. Yeah, I suppose I could. I find that blue painter's tape, that I have a ton of it. I just cut out a small square of that and press it over, and it's opaque enough that the light still comes through. Trust me. But it's so strong at blocking that, it's nice and light and dull, and it's not distracting you as I'm literally trying to look at monitors, trying to do video work up there. My eye! That sounds good. This guitar has really grown on me. It's so, I gotta say, when I pick up the other one, it does feel a little heavy. Now, some people really love a heavy guitar, and this is a light guitar. This guitar is only 6 pounds, a little over 6 pounds. To me, a heavy guitar is, that one. It's like over 8 pounds. But this one's 10 pounds. So, it's all relative. Nice, but you want near field flat response monitors. To some degree, I know what you're saying, but, the video work is mostly voiceover and all, I'm not that concerned with the near field and the flat and all that. If you look at the clips, I swear to God, it has a much wider dynamic range. It does seem to be pretty, and again, it's THX certified. Gotta think that means that it's reproducing pretty clearly. What's up, V-Sky? Exactly, good old SFB, right? And a 14-pound PBT 40. I think the double neck is around 14. Steve, does your Wolfgang have stainless steel frets? No, mine's the standard. And I don't even know that the special is doing stainless anymore. Maybe they went away from it and got back to it. They did it early in the Japanese years, but I don't know about now. These are let me take a look here. Sennheiser HD 5.5, and it's either a 3 or an 8. I'm going to say it's a 3. That's a 3. HD 553. Oh, wait. Correction. HD 558. Wow. Or this ear is 553 and that ear is 558. No, it says 558, and that's very intact. This one's really worn off, that side. The reason I bought these is because of the velvet foam. When you're wearing, all day, you're glad to have it. All right. I tried to buy a replacement recently, and they didn't have the exact replacement, and it had the foam ears, but the foam is stiffer. Not as comfortable. I think I had to go up more. I want to say when I bought these, I paid like, let's say like $180 or something like that. $150, something maybe. And the ones I bought as a replacement were like $99. That should have been my tip off right there. Sounds good, Steve. I'm from Boston too, born on the Charles River. Charles River. You can't live in Boston and not know that riff. I forget it now. I'm nearsighted. Damn it, I missed the first 40 minutes. Anything exciting happened? We renamed the channel to Sanded Faded Blue. Okay? We're not giving up. We win! William says, I have those clip speakers. Volume control malfunctioned. Now you tell me. Where were you 3 days ago? Oh, the company replaced the part for free. The speakers sound great. Awesome. I agree. They sound great. I was like, man, that's. I tried the PreSonus. They said it's like night and day the quality of the clips over those PreSonus. I mean, they're not. It's like not even close. You ever refret your guitars? No. Though I probably could. I have a drill press. It's all what you really need. Right? And get a call. Right? And then a neck bed. By the time you buy all the parts, I could bring it to Mark Herbert and he would do it for like $250. I'd have to drop that in parts and tools. All right? I'd just bring it to him. It would be stellar. I'd go to Mark Herbert. Though he's not going to be around forever. And there hasn't really been anyone to rise up and replace him in the city. I mean, there's always Wolf, but, you know, his work is quicker. Wolf is good. Don't get me wrong. Wolf, he's been doing this for, you know, for 40 years. But Mark Herbert, that's the dude. He's the friggin' guitar whisperer, man. You know, if I had anything like I want to do like that, but to be honest, it's really not that crazy to do them yourself. What you have to worry about is whether the previous people glued them in, you know, and there's all kinds of problems that can go with trying to take them out. Hey, Steve, I want to see your fish tank sometime. Yeah, we got two. We got the main one in the living room, and my son has a small one up in his room. Yeah, I was out there the other night. I noticed a bristleworm going after the sea urchin. I was like, here we go. So I would happen to be the other night when I was done building the computer. It was like 3 a.m. I went up, and bristleworms are besides being poisonous and very painful to the touch, they're nocturnal. So I went out, and like 3 were sunning themselves on some rocks. I'm like, oh, great. I'll have to tell. We have a guy who comes and helps maintain the tank. So, bristleworms. So hard. Yeah, so we'll see what's up with we'll see what it's the fish tank's going strong. We have what do we got? We got 3 of the yellow-tailed, the filler fish, the small little, I can't think of their name. Little yellowtails, blue. They're like a dark blue with a yellowtail. Then we got a puffer, and spotted puffer. 6-line wrasse. What do they call that? The file fish. Because if you don't have that, then aptasia gets out of control. We found that out. And then a couple of clowns and a flame angel and go sea urchin and that might be it. That might be it because we had a couple of the engineer gobies, but they got so huge. And they were so worrisome. They got so big. It's like they're gonna murder this tank. And then we had what was that other one? We had a dotty back, right? And that fish was just the biggest asshole on the planet. Just really was. We had to get rid of it. And we did. Yeah, I'm describing all the fish. On the pitch hammer, I actually ever find out what note it is in certain places. Well, it doesn't really matter to some degree because it's going to be a multiple of whatever fretted note you're at, right? So to some degree, it's not random. Well, we've caught the fish on top of the fish tank. Or if you fall in and touch one of those bristleworms, you're gonna know some pain. Was there a murder in the tank? Well, we've had a few murders in the tank. You know, God, especially those engineer gobies. You know, you get some new fish, they would. Oh my God. You know, because at the end of the day, these are wild animals in there. It's hard to ask them to play nice. Right now, I would say the king of the tank, and for a while, is probably pretty much the whole time has been the puffer. You know. What did you have? Ever owned or played a 78 Schecter? That's unusually specific, but no. I have not. I didn't even know they made Schecter all the way back to 78. Unless the 1978 Schecter is a modern guitar that's a tribute to some older model. I didn't know. Haven't really been a huge Schecter guy. Mainly their Sun Valley Super Shredder is the series I kind of know. That's the one that always caught my eye. You know, the locking tuner is, and especially the one with the sustainer in it. Sustainer pickup is pretty cool. Never on a saltwater tank. Yeah, so no, I don't think a spotted puffer is lethally poisonous. I'll tell you this: that puffer fish is the only fish I've ever seen get ill and recover. Every other fish I've ever seen get ill died. The puffer got ill one time and actually came out of it. I could not believe it. I felt so bad. I was like, "Oh, here we go. We're losing the puffer." And he made it out. He made it out. I was like, oh my God, so resilient. At one point, I had 12 tanks going, breeding and raising different tropical fish. That's what my dad's business was when I was a kid, and I worked there. God, my whole childhood, pretty much until I was 14, and the place burned down. But before it burned down in a fire, we were there for many, many years. God, about 8 years. But you know, when you're young, you know, when you're 14, 8 years of your life is quite a bit of it. And we were all tropical. We never did the salt water ever. Too much. My dad was like, no way. No way. But yeah, God, we had so just. I knew all. I used to know all of them. In fact, when we finally went out to Tropic Isle, out in Framingham, which where my dad back in the 70s would go to buy some of the fish. You know, he would mainly go into Boston Pet. And there was it might have been on Memorial Drive in Cambridge. And then, and we would just go to the airport. I remember we used to ride to the airport, oh my God, to pick up styrofoam containers of fish from, like, the Caribbean. Was RNA here? Someone saying, yo, Ryan at RNA. What's up, Ryan? What's up, buddy? That's for Ryan. Do you have Boston pizza in Boston? Not really. No, there's a lot of chains that don't make it to Boston that are named after Boston. So, but we don't have a Boston pizza that I can remember. All the pizza places around here are usually like Pizzeria Regina, Giorgio's, or Little Stevie's, or in fact, the Little Stevie's, which is literally right around the corner from Berkeley, in between the two Berkeley camp buildings, right? So there's this one building on Boylston Street, and then there's one on the corner of Mass Ave and Boylston, right? That's the big building. But the original building was the one a little further down Boylston Street, this like smaller and older building. When it was Berkeley School of Music, that's when I went there. It was Berkeley School of Music, not even College of Music. And there's a pizza place there that's pretty famous, right? Little Stevie's Pizza. I mean, countless people who went to Berkeley have gone to friggin' Little Stevie's Pizza. And so many people would go there because a lot of times if you park in the back bay because you don't want to spend the money at Fenway and you don't mind walking a little bit, it's not that far from Fenway Park. So they would do a lot of business from the Red Sox getting out too, because it's not right there, but, it's sort of on your way to like other parking. And they just came out and said that Little Stevie's, that just did a pretty massive renovation, are going to become a dispensary. I was like, interesting. A dispensary, you say, huh? So it would be interesting to see what happens there. I hear that some of the other tenants are fighting it because there's another dispensary not too far from there, but it's not in Boston. It's in Brookline, which is not Boston. It's not Suffolk County. That's Norfolk County. But they put it right on the edge, and it's in an old bank. I swear to God, the place looks like Gringotts, right? It's this, like, big friggin' marble bank, right? Granite bank. And the line out in front of that dispensary gets crazy, famously crazy, like on the news, like how bad the line is and the other people around there don't want it. Well, the people at around Little Stevie's look at that and they go, we see that happening here. We see lines around the corner and, they're going to block our businesses. So we'll see what happens, but the Back Bay is changing. So like literally right between one Berkeley building and the other Berkeley building will be a dispensary. We're talking about a quarter mile, right? Like one, block, and they're not blocks like they are in New York. These are pretty short blocks, So we'll see. We'll see. Behind it, in other words, on that block, if you walked down one of those streets and went behind it, there's a place back there called Buried Treasures, which famously sold water pipes, don't call it a bong, all kinds of different crazy paraphernalia, but they always did it under the guise of its tobacco products, wink, wink. So it kind of makes sense. I've always had that shop there. That's been there since, the 80s. So we'll see. The Back Bay is changing. So the only problem, and again, and someone said, like, support your local grower. Well, that might be one of the problems. I think it's a national chain that wants it. The only people that have money. It's a very expensive property right there, right? The property, that little block of property is pretty much on the corner of Boylston and Mass Ave. And it's kind of pricey. So when I was at Berkeley, Across the street was like the Bentley Smoker. It was like a tobacco shop slash, magazine store and newspaper. It was kind of like a, almost like an oversized newspaper stand, but it was a walk-in. And they had everything, and T-shirts, all kinds of crazy crap. They could never afford to be there now. Now it's like, it's not a Starbucks, but it was like it's like a City Fresh. It's some corporate chain. A small mom and pop place couldn't exist there right now. It's just too expensive. I only went to Berkeley for one semester. Hey, what's up, Aljon? Oh, water pipes. Uh-oh. Did I miss something here? Uh-oh. Oh, no, I know what you're talking about. When I was talking about the bongs. Yeah, water pipes, exactly. Yeah. It's, now the times they are a-changing. Another thing that used to be on that block all those years ago was Looney Tunes, which was a TUNES, which was a used record store. And one regret was that summer, I think it was either summer of 83, but it may not have been till I went back again. I was like 84, because I used to go back there a lot and shop at Looney Tunes and go over to, E-Wurlitzer, Jack's Drum Shop, LaSalle's, Daddy's Junkie Music. It was sort of like this little mecca of, guitar stores. And they had the Butcher Baby cover behind the counter, up on the shelf. I want to say it was $200. Which, that might be... What do you think a Butcher Baby cover is going for now? The Beatles, where they've got the dolls and the blood, and they're, right? The Butcher Baby cover. They had the real one there. So, you wonder what that would go for. Could have got it for, and again, this is early 80s, so time value of money. You have to do a little calculation on the inflation calculator. Really, a $4,000 cover? Yeah, that makes sense. Let's do a quick inflation calculation here. Yeah, inflation calculator. Inflation calculator. If in, let's say it's 19... I want to say it was... It could have been the summer of 83, but I want to say it was 84. In 1984, I purchased something for $200. And in 2021, $498. So at $4,000, it certainly outstripped inflation. New Vola axe is awesome. Very comfy. Let me see if I can go over here to... oh, no. Right there. Little body with Stoner Shark. What's up, bro? Hey, bro. There's your mahogany. Right there. Beautiful stuff. Yeah. In sanded, faded blue. A color that will live on in infamy. What's the nut width? We had looked that up. I want to say Anyone remember? It was 40. Was it 40? Was it 42? We had it. We had it up. Let me take a look. Right. Yeah. Then specification. 42 millimeters. The correct answer is 42 millimeters. He's an ebony board. No way. I like the maple. Might start in local music stores. Call Wanska Music. A little Polish man. Not music has been stuffed in every corner. You know, when I was a kid, I remember I wanted to get like a drum pad, and I didn't even know, but my dad took me down to Roslindale Square, not too far from where my dad's pet shop was, the aquarium. And there was like a little music store, and this really old guy brought out like a little wooden pad. You know, it's like a little slanted pad with a piece of rubber glued to it and a couple of drumsticks. And I remember walking out of there with that and being like elated, you know, being like, oh my God, this is awesome, and getting home and tapping it. I was terrible drummer. Still am. Good at finger drumming, but stick drumming and like playing like a full kit, I'm terrible. I really can't do it. You remember Vito Pamplone? Oh, it doesn't ring a bell. Yeah, the Butcher Babies Bloody Beatles album cover. Yeah. There we go. What's up? Music Man in San Diego. The Vola make guitars with a Floyd Rose. They use the Godot version. It's a locking trem. But now that Floyd Rose's patent has finally expired, you don't have to write licensed by Floyd Rose on it anymore. So it is a Floyd Rose, but it's a Godot. What caused the fire at the pet store? It was a gas water heater that was like in a corner, and I guess it started with the gas water heater. That's what the fire department said, if I remember correctly. You think about back then, you know, open burner, gas, you know, they're probably not nearly as safe as they are now. Vola or Acacia, these are very similar. I would say that Vola is certainly, I think, going to be, on average, less expensive than Acacia. It's really morphed more into custom shop style, higher end boutique, like with really crazy tops and, all kinds of stuff like that. But, Acacia make good stuff. They're both pretty good. Will you ever demo any Ernie Ball guitars in the future? Well, like I said, I just finally had some contact with someone at the place, and we'll see. Relationships take a time to build. It may be a while, but maybe someday. I'd love to. I think the best way to achieve something like that is to be able to see them again at like the NAMM show and shake hands and talk to people, which may not happen for probably another year. And by that I mean like there may not be a NAMM show next year. It depends on just what they see at hospitals. Like how many people are being hospitalized a year from now. That's what you got to look at, right? And if hospitalization rates are still high, it's probably going to be pushed back out like another year because they just don't have the capacity. I think it sounds pretty good. Oh dear, we're officially out of coffee. You can really hear the difference. There's the single coil, the humbucker. So much brighter. Blemish on the first fret. Dude, that's the inlay. That's the dot. What are you talking about? I don't know. Fifth fret. That's the I'll show you. That's the grain. Let me see if I can pull it apart there. See? It's the grain. You can see it going down there. That's not a knot. No. You can see the grain go like this. In fact, there's a similar one on the 6th fret too. What else? That's about it. White spot? I think that's the grain hitting it at a certain angle. When you look at it like this, you don't see it. Other than the... Right, so it lights up there, right? Because if you've ever seen wood grain, right, it lights up at different... Right, pops up light there, sort of goes away down there. See? Just the angle. Exactly, that's a reflection. Thank you. I'll put it on cam 2. That's it. Again, that way it shows up more than that way. In fact, that way it looks inverse, right? Now it looks like a dark spot. That's what grain does. One way it looks a little bit lighter, and the other way it looks a little bit darker. Because of the light angle. Here's the back of the neck, for anyone who wants to see it. In fact, I want to say it's right around here. It's where that front part is. Okay? It's not a tumor. Yeah. I tell you, if you didn't say something to me, I've never noticed it. But again, looking at it from this angle, it just looks like a part of the grain. There's a stripe that goes pretty much from the first fret all the way up. Right there are these lines. You know. What's up, Johnny Kramer? I'll tell you that I would take, that little mark there over. I don't like the mineral marks as much. I would say those annoy me more. The mineral streaks. But they're out there. They happen. I do like the finish on it. It took me a while. At first, it was like, because when I first saw the pic of it, it looked more faded, not quite as colorful. And I like it with the clear guard too. Glad I took the plastic off. See you, Slide 85. I do leave plastic on some things. Like I still have it on the screen for the zoom because I want to keep it protected for as long as possible. So I'm with you on that. I do leave the plastic on, but the plastic was just so hazy. I was like, I gotta take it off. And then it started to peel off anyway, so. Planning on a guitar purchase soon? None that come to mind right now. Mainly because stock is down and prices are up. I mean, you watch, we'll get our taxes back and I'll suddenly find a guitar I want to buy, but nothing really sticking out at me. That I've seen, out there. Nothing really grabbed me right now. Again, prices are up a little bit. So, it used to be you could get a Gibson SG for like, $8.99, $9.50, $9.99 all day long. They're up to like $11.99, $12.99. Well, a brand new one's $14.99. So, so it's a little hard to drop, $12.99 on a used Gibson SG standard in ebony when a brand new Gibson SG standard in ebony is $14.99. So that's the only thing right now is that used stock is way down. Guitar Center used to carry like 51,000 items. That dropped down to, right now they're down about 22,000 items, 23,000 items, roughly around there. They got down into the teens and they bounced back. They got almost up to 30,000 items. And then Christmas happened, right? They had a big build up to Christmas, and now it's all deflated again. It's back down on average to about 24,000 items, maybe even as low as 22,000. Which just goes to show you they're not taking the stock in, right? I have to see. You know, if something came out, I'll tell you this much. I have seen some crazy deals on there. They're all gone before I even click on them. They had a friggin' SG Standard, and it was not a headstock brake. But the guy had really messed with the electronics on it or whatever. But, you know, it was like $649 for an SG Standard. I don't care if I have to replace all of the electronics. You know, that's a really good deal. But that was long gone. Like, you click on it, we're sorry, this page is no longer available. So, better check the weather. Looks like some heavy snowfall. Yeah, I was prepping for that today a little bit, quite frankly. You know, I got to get out there tomorrow and fire up. So today, it's been really cold. Like, we're between like, I don't know, 10 and 15 degrees in the last couple of days. I don't know what is in Celsius. It's like, I don't know, minus 10, minus 15, somewhere around there. And at that temperature, you can clean out your freezer and you have a place to put everything, like right outside. You know, it was so cold out, and in the shade, you could just take the stuff out. So we actually cleaned the freezer out today, threw everything in baskets, and just threw it right outside the door in the shade. It all stayed completely frozen. I think we hit a high today of like 21 degrees, and that's in the sun. So that felt good. Get that all done. My God, it was so frosted in there. We hadn't defrosted that thing in forever. Even my wife was like, "This is so gross." I'm like, "I know." So that's huge. Minus 12.2. Yeah, that sounds right. What did I say? 12 to 15. What did I say? 10 to 15 degrees. Yeah, 12.2 is almost right in the middle. So, but now they're saying it's going to warm up slightly, and we're bringing in a bunch of moisture, but there's so much cold air locked in place. We're probably looking at a pretty significant snowstorm Monday night into Tuesday. Like, 8 to 12 inches of snow. Which is annoying, because if it's one of those ones that, like, it might turn over to rain, it might go back, those are the worst ones. Because that means the snow is wet and heavy. And even my snowblower, like, groans at that stuff. It's so heavy. That's the type of stuff that if you know it's going to really warm up, you got to get out there and do it like in a couple of sessions, because it has to be like short enough, right? If it's too deep, the snowblower literally can't even throw it. All the Pam in the world isn't lubing up that track enough to get everything out, and so we'll see what's going to happen, but they're talking a pretty significant snow event on Monday night into Tuesday. Had my brush just to clean out the car with the snowblower, get it going. Tire hasn't filled. I tell you, I had a problem. I have a hand truck, a two-wheeler, that had one tire that wouldn't go. But I actually worked in a tire place for a while. It's a tubeless tire. But the problem is that it was, it had been off the rim for so long, and the two sides of the tire want to come in and touch each other. And so how you get around that is sometimes you can put a donut in one side and fill it up enough to pop one side on, and then let the air out, and then you can lift it and get the other side going, but you couldn't do that with this. It didn't have a donut to do it. But the other thing you can do is, I had a ratchet tie down, is you put some sort of a band around the tire itself, and you ratchet it, and as you squeeze in from the outside in a circular pattern, the inside starts to go out, and I got it just enough to grab it. Oh, filled it right up. Oh, God. I'm so proud of myself. Didn't have to buy a new wheel. Exactly. All the Pam. Yeah, you gotta, if you want to get some good throw, you gotta, doesn't hurt to spray down the, pretty much the whole intake and out throw with Pam. It really does make a difference, especially with wet snow, because it can't cling to the plastic on the out throw or the metal, whatever you have. I have seen the fireball trick. I don't like that trick. The other one is, we never did at the tire place. We never did truck tires. We never did split rim. But split rims rely on friction. Well, if the friction gives out, you're a dead man. Or you have both your arms broken off. But yeah, they were vicious. God, the truck tires were the worst. We wouldn't even touch them. They're just brutal. Brutal. What's up, Morgan? I have to change 2 tires on a lawnmower. Bought a bead breaker. Yeah, lever. Yeah, if you have one of the tire machines, we used to have the hydraulic tire machines. I could break the bead in like friggin' 2 seconds. It's almost certainly poly, but it's definitely not glossy. It's matte. What's up, Brad? Catologist. It's your standard sanded faded blue, or SFB, with Stoner Shark. Hey, bro. Wanna get high? Ah. Yeah, probably looked a little glossy because of the pickguard. Yeah. Yeah. Stoner Shark. Yeah, ash. Exactly. Ash on the top. And then you can see the ash slice right there. And then mahogany for the back, and maple for the neck. Roasted maple. Yeah. Is Sandy, is it worth maintaining? I've given up. I'll give you my homemade Prozac recipe. It's mostly ice cream. Yeah, that is a nice piece of ash, huh? Look at that. That's a nice slab of ash you got there. Trying to fill the screen just right. Ah. Ice cream goes well with bourbon and pills. Those are the other ingredients. The secret ingredient is actually real Prozac. Did it freeze again? I hope it didn't. Last night I had a freeze going on. Yeah, see, Krellbar gets it. Exactly, a Ben and Jerry's flavor in the making. Yep. Yeah, Daddy. It's called Daddy's Private Time, a new Ben and Jerry's flavor. It's mostly bourbon and pills. And a delightful caramel swirl. Yeah, in fact it's called Netflix and Pill. Exactly. Ice cream, bourbon, Kirkland cake. Kirkland, yeah. Coffee, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's my buddy cat. What's up, buddy cat? Buddy cat, buddy cat. He's the best little buddy cat. Can he jump? No, he can't. 'Cause he is a little fat. Oh, yeah. It's my buddy cat. Kind of hard to snort coffee out of hook his tits, but I try. See, that's it. Dude, all we're looking for is effort. That's all. You know? Oh, where'd Buddy go? He was given the... we playing now or what? Yeah, welcome to CFB, exactly. Oh, my hands. But that's my shooting hand. Somebody run back and get a shitload of dimes. Oh, yeah, what'd you get, Matt? Matt says he also had a new guitar day today. Please tell. Hands hurting isn't bad. No, my hands hurt all the time. especially my right hand, mainly because of the arthritis. I've noticed I have like a permanent bruise, like in my middle knuckle here. That's probably not a good thing, and it's tender to the touch. Like pretty much since like 2018. It's been a while. Could be a fractured bone, never healed. I don't know. Look, I ain't got time. Dude, come on, enough. What? Stop whacking it. What? That's crazy talk. What? Sever it and move on. Yeah, what do you... Come on. I don't have time for lazy fingers. I think you might be right, James. I'm just in a little bit of denial, but I probably do have arthritis. And that's probably arthritic swelling. Happy? Happy? Did Matt say what he got and I missed it? Matt probably said what he got because someone's asking him what color it was. Okay, there he is saying he got a guitar. I got a 60 standard Les Paul. There you go. In fact, I have actually been looking at too many chakras. More of a left-handed guy with that, I gotta be honest. Just saying. Everyone has their favorite hand, I'm just saying. But, I'm a fountain of denial and rage. Exactly, just stick it in some ice cream, you'll be fine. I'll tell you what I got that I really like is the putty, the Theraputty. They come in 4 different, tensions, right? But only the hardest one, the medium. It's like medium, soft. It's like medium, soft, and extra soft. And I kind of like the medium one. All the other ones are just too soft. They don't really feel like they do anything. But the medium one works. Big time. Yeah, shame. Can I do the shame thing? No, hold on. Shame. 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 I feel like I have to back. You gotta cross them over somehow. Now they're not crossed. Yeah. I always feel like you have to be the middle ones, right? But they gotta cross. Jeez, I used to get it so much better. That's kind of it, but I'd want to do it at a lower frequency. Again, doesn't sound right. Where's the cross point? Right there. It sounds like a guitar. It doesn't sound like the bell. You know, we're losing the bell. Gonna have to do like me after my carpal tunnel, move predominantly to finger picking, just sweep picking. It'll get musical at some point. Just all sweeps. It's all sweeps these days. Exactly. They would God love me at GC. They do love me at GC. Spend a lot of money there. Yeah, here we go. It's not, we're still not hitting it right. Like, you gotta cross and find the cross. That's what it sounds like every time I go to Guitar Center. Or this, right? I was pretty much working every day at the music store. That was on a good day. That was the best player to ever come into the music store. When they go sharp like that, you just got to do a riff with a lot of bends in it, and it will come back. And we're back. I think Vanilla Slice is back in the Puffers Don't Play. I think he's back at the fish tank talk. They shut down the Guitar Center out here in Fort Wayne. I suspect that we'll see a few out here close. I doubt it will be Natick. Natick seems to do a good job, but I guess it really just depends on what their lease is, right? Profitability is a function of overhead, so it doesn't matter about revenue. If they're doing great, if their overhead is like through the roof. And around here, retail space is very expensive, so yeah, we could see some close. I wouldn't doubt if. Braintree seems to be doing okay. West Springfield is probably the most recent store to open. I'm trying to think of what other stores. The problem with the Boston store is that they have two stores, and they're like literally just a couple of blocks from each other. A big base, the Boston store, which is right next to Fenway Park, probably not the best location just because it's so hard to park around there. And then a small store right across the street from Berkeley because they want the foot traffic from Berkeley, and there's no other music store in that block. At one time, there was Daddy's, E. Wurlitzer, LaSalle, and Jack's Drum Shop, all in the same block. And now it's just down at Guitar Center. So I was going to say, they have to keep one. They might close the big store, make you go out of the city for the big store, and go to the small store because it's like literally across the street from Berkeley. Yeah, see, the Braintree is the biggest one, but you know, it's like, are they getting the traffic? That's all. I shut down the music and arts next door to Manchester, GC. Yeah, don't forget, yeah, Portsmouth, New Hampshire, that's another one. That store was a little weak, though. The Portsmouth store, compared to like a lot of other Guitar Centers I've been to, was pretty small, and the stock was pretty weak. Like a lot of like really broken instruments like on the floor. A little weird. Yeah, the Guitar Center across the street from Berkeley is small. That, I believe, I'd have to double or triple check, is the old Daddy's store from the 80s. But I'd have to triple check that because there's so many little shops in that block. Oh, is that, what's up, Agu Fish? What's up, buddy? What's up, my nerf herder? It is the old Daddy shop. I swear, it feels like it was in that same exact location. My God, 10 minutes to 9. Man, the night flew by. Yeah, so in Boston, the I have no idea what's in there now. Could be a Best Buy. I'd have to look and see what it is, but the E. Wurlitzer building was this massive building at the very end of Newbury Street, and that turned into a Tower Records. Even E. Wurlitzer couldn't afford to stay there anymore. They moved out of that building and moved down Mass Ave, closer to Berkeley. And I want to say they had a ComAv over by BU. Was that an EU Wurlitzer over there? Wurlitzer sued him, but because his name really was EU Wurlitzer, they couldn't stop him, and he was able to put his name on the building as EU Wurlitzer, as long as he had EU everywhere. How can I get my guitar to sound like that? Well, I've been playing almost 50 years. I'm going through software. In fact, the exact patch I'm playing through is in the patch bank for free down in the description. So if you have THU or TH3, THU would be the better one. That's the newer one. You could import that bank. It's not a patch, it's a bank. And then you would go to patch number 13 in that bank, and that's this patch, which is dual heavy reg. Yeah, I think everyone should sell the Guitar Center. I love their used shopping. Same here. I've gotten some seriously good bargains from Guitar Center used. And I've missed out on countless of them. I've screenshotted a lot of them. I should really just go back and go through all the screenshots and do a video of like the crazy deals that were gone before I had a chance to buy them on Guitar Center used, because some of them really were pretty crazy. 10 top PRS custom 22s for $12.99. 10 top. 30 years, nice. Yeah, Dave says he used to love Daddies in Denim. It wasn't there that long. How long did it last? It feels like they were only open for like a couple of months, and then all of a sudden they were closed, right? So they closed in what? I want to say October. Oh, geez, that had to be October of 2011. Was it October of 2011 or October of 2010? It was one of them. It was either October of 2011 or October of 2010. And I want to say that they opened up in like September 1st or like August. They opened up like that summer. Is Guitar Center publicly traded? I don't know. I thought they were privately owned. I could be wrong, though. Were they open for a while? But how long were they open? There was no way it was a year. I don't even think they went a year. I swear to God, that place closed, that denim store closed. It had to be less than 6 months. Yeah. Brad's got a... Guitar Center is a private company, not traded. Yeah, I thought so. The only thing I would change in this is I would change the volume knob to, and they all do that. They all want to feel like a premium product, and they put these like premium knobs in. But to be honest, I'd rather just get like the chintzy feeling speed knob. Do I wonder? Do I have a little flathead? No, that's not what I need. Do I have a little flathead right there? Oh, right there. What's that? Is that a flathead? Yeah. I wonder if it's just so low. No, not really. Let's say I wonder if it's so low it's hitting the pick guard, but not really. Because I just raised it and it's making the same. Let me see here. No, didn't make a difference. And I didn't like the knob higher. Yeah, I'd leave it, but my God, the first thing I'd do is I'd pull that out and throw a Bourne's like no friction pot in it. That's the one thing EVH had right. No friction, no load pods. So just the best. See you, Electro Omega. Who's leaving? Ben Coombs is leaving. See you, Ben. All right, what am I missing here? Hey, Buzz Wilson. What's up? Heard Gibson was buying Guitar Center. I doubt that. Gibson's big, but they ain't Guitar Center big. I don't think. See you, James. Guitar Center of the Moon. I like Guitar Center because I have just had very good luck, with used stuff, and they've had great sales, and I've never had a problem. But I guess what I don't rely on is I don't rely on them to give me information. I do my own research, and I don't really rely on them really much for customer service. But then again, I buy mostly used guitars, so there's no warranty service I ever have to deal with. I've just never really had a problem with them. Every time I've had a return, which is, pretty few. I'd say less than 10% of the guitars I've purchased I've returned. They've always done so cheerfully. There's always and I'm sure, I think the Natick got one dude who's a bit of a dick. But, you're going to find that in any place. Any office has that one dude who's a complete dick, right? And that's just the dude. And I just don't deal with him whenever I go there. I find another dude who I know to be super friendly and super nice, and we sort of know each other. And they know I buy a lot of guitars, and I return very few. And so they're cool. They're fine with it. Well, here we are. It's 9 p.m., and I probably have got to run. But super thanks to everyone who hung out. Guitologist, Agufish, Aljon Go, Krell Bar, Terry G. All my dudes. Live Satellite Studios. I can hear the cats running. I swear to God, because my wife's probably stirring. They're like, I'm hungry. I just heard one of them barrel down the stairs. No, you are. I can hear them up there. Listen to them. God, they're in a frenzy. They're in a cat frenzy. They're going cuckoo. That's the pitter patter of little feet right there. No, you rock. All right, dudes. We'll see you in a week. And until then, have an awesome week. And I still think I'm going to be back on here with the Vola guy. We were going to do it this week, but they have a couple more models coming out, and they're going to update their website. So we said, let's just hold off. We'll update the website with all the new stuff, and then we'll come on. And I said, yeah, and I can go to the website, and we can call it up, and we can sort of go over everything. So that's what happened with that. But we're getting there. We're getting there. All right, dudes. I'll see you in a week. Super awesome thanks to everybody. And after seeing Tone King's show last night, I probably have to talk to Aljon again. Boom, baby! And I'll see you guys in a week. And I think the new system, we had no glitches for the whole 2 hours. So the new system is working great. So that was the maiden voyage seemed to work. The one we did last night, we glitched. So it was worrisome. But it seems like we're all right. All right, dudes. I will see you guys in a week. Until then, rock on.